Hey, brothers and sisters, how y'all doing? This is Nisha. So, I was listening to 107.5 because that's the gospel station or whatever. And they asked a question of why do they think young people run away from God? I feel for two reasons. Number one, you got judgment, of course, just like the young lady said. People feel like the people of the church are hypocrites, and where we got to accept that nobody's perfect. Everybody has their own sins, their own battles that they're dealing with. So while y'all talking about the other perfect person, like they used to say back in the day, you need to sweep in front of your front door first. Don't sit here and talk about the next person. And that's something even I myself have to work on. So I can't sit here and say, oh, don't nobody do it. Guess what? I'm a sinner too. I gave my life to God and I'm asking him for help, and he helped me every step of the way. But at the end of the day, I have my own battles that I have to fight. Just like that person that's out there strung out, on hard drugs. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I can't say nothing because my sins are just like theirs. It's a sin at the end of the day, no matter what it is. It could be somebody that tries to kill somebody. Guess what? You can't say nothing. And it's so hard. It's so hard. But you got to understand that's their battle with God, not yours. And another thing, biggest thing that I feel runs people away from church is offering. Now, of course, you're supposed to tithe. That's very understandable. It's written in the Bible. But then you got people coming for a second and a third offering, and we trying to make it here. And all of this, I understand we got goals and stuff. But at the end of the day, when y'all keep chasing for pocket money, it just makes you sound greedy. And then they want to see where it's going. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't take, whenever somebody's in need or whatever, they should be able to go to the church without having all of this stuff they got to fill out. And at the end of the day, if that money is to help the people is to help the people. That's why, as a person of God, I don't belong fully to any church, but I do believe in God and I worship daily, and I give him time more than I give my own church. But I'm not perfect. Nobody is. It was only one person that was perfect that came down and went back up. But we have to, as a people, support one another. I'm not saying, oh, give them, like, okay, at the end of the day, when I was working at the Kangaroo, I used to literally give people my pocket change just to finish up their order if they didn't have enough. And I have customers as my witness. If I had it, they had it. But we got to sit here and think about it as a people. No one is perfect. No one is doing completely right by God. Yes, we are all trying. Well, a lot of us are trying and a lot of us aren't. But at the end of the day, our heart is what he knows. At the end of the day, our battles and our reasons for being in our situations, that's what he knows. Because every addiction has a root. So he know where the root of that problem came from. So he won't sit here and just say, oh, the root of that problem didn't matter. But guess what? That's his own individual relationship. That's why we have to have our own relationships with God. Because not everybody's story is going to be the same. A lot of them relate, but they're not the same because you have different roots. So you got to sit here and you got to think about, I can't judge this person for how they are behaving because I don't know what made them get there. Because something could have happened in their childhood that they use a shield, or they put up a wall in order to protect themselves. So you got to sit there and think of each person's individual situation. You can't judge nobody based off of what you've been through. You can relate based off of what you've been through, but you can't judge. And a lot of the times, if you really hear, if sometimes I'll slip, but majority of the time I try to say I can't say nothing because I've been there myself, or I don't know the reason why they got there. Because God working on me just like he working on the next person. So I'm not perfect. Please, Lord, no. But stop the judgment and just say, he understands. Don't say, oh, she going, you don't know, you don't got hell, no hell to put nobody in. Not one piece of hell. God do. That's their battle with God. God know why they is the way they is. God know why I'm the way I am. I'm very emotional. But you just got to take your time and have your own relationship with him. And know at the end of the day, this person and that person, they have their own reasons. Stop judging them. That right there in its own, hypocrisy. Y'all gotta excuse me. That's the number one thing. Yeah, the money, the tithe. Some people, that's a lot of what's running some people away. But they gotta also understand that people got bills to pay. The pastors gotta go places. You got missions you gotta handle. I mean, there are things that money's used for. So you can't just shoot down tithing, because you do gotta tithe. I tithe to the world, though. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'll give to the person next to me, making sure they got what they need. That's how I tithe, because I don't belong to a church. But you just got to sit there and think, how would that make me feel as a person being attacked rather than encouraged? Take your time. A lot of the times you really have been in that situation a long time ago. That's why God placed them in your path. But you got to listen and know. You can't just sit here and judge that person. Yeah, you right now. Yeah, you doing good now. But guess what? You've been there before. I could sit here and say every day, oh, I would never let another man put his hands on me. But guess what? I have before. So if I sit here and hear, oh, this person, guess what? I know what it's like to be scared. I know. So y'all, please stop making people feel bad about what situation they done put themselves in, and encourage them. Take time to understand and just lead them closer to God. And at the end of the day, if you that person, baby, shut yourself in the corner, close the bathroom door, put your headphones on, and you meditate to about 20-30 minutes a day of gospel music. I promise. Put him in your daily plan. Give him some assignment. Show him that you're willing to give him that 15 to 30 minutes that you scroll through Facebook. Out of the hours you do, give it to God. Take your time with him. That's all he wants, is your time. One day at a time. 15 minutes. Listen. Baby, he'll come to you so quick. I could tell you so many stories. But stop judging folks. Please.